I will
reach
come
out.
back and talk to you.
We
during.
need to get onto the agenda for the body to speak.
And John, you could follow up with myself and with Keith Gronendike here, who's our
Sure.
Airport Land Use Commission representative as well too, and
You've
we
got
can try to help
my
you.
email address.
I'll connect all three of us.
jhbauer@hotmail.com.
I'll
Thank
connect
you.
all three of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Nice to see you all.
On to item. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Members from the public?
By all means.
Sorry.
We're not used to so much participation.
Well, that's what happens when it follows Planning Commission. My name is Amy Wynn, Wynn Coastal Planning and Biology. I'm a land environmental planner in Fort Bragg. And I would like to ask for the support of the commission. And this isn't an action item, but we have a project at the Little River Airport. It's outside of the FAA zone, but it's to remove. We have a project that we're having a hard time moving forward through with the county. We'd like to remove a decrepit building that's on the airport property and rebuild in the same size, same height, a structure that's actually usable. This would be for private aviation use, but my client's airplane the hangars that are at the airport are too small for his plane. So what he's looking for is to have vehicles private vehicles parked in this facility so that then he can get to his property. We've started working on this project 2 years ago with the county, and very first people we talked with were the staff at the airport, and then have been basically stuck at staff levels, and specifically, and I'm sorry, it's moved to a different staff person, but at County Council's office, we've been stuck there for a year and a half. So I'm just wondering if there's any way to get some support, or maybe I could come back another time and talk with you guys about it. It would help increase the usership of that particular airport for this particular individual. As I said, we've been working on it for 2 years. It's just been hanging in limbo for a year and a half for the second time at County Council. So thank you for listening. I know you can't do anything about it, but I was here for Planning Commission, which was awesome. So you get the overrun. Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Any other matters from the public? On to Redwood Coast Medical Services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a coastal development use permit from Redwood Coast Medical Services. They're requesting to legalize an existing emergency medical services helipad that operates in conjunction with the Redwood Coast Medical Services Health Center. While the project is to legalize an existing helipad, limited development is required to ensure regulatory compliance, including limited grading so that safety areas beneath the touchdown and liftoff, elevation, infrastructure, removal of parking spaces, trees, antenna, and light poles, as well as wind cone replacement. The agent for the project provided, oh, well, you don't need that. You have that in your staff report. Some of the issues identified with this project would be noise, obstruction, and airport airspace safety. And the recommendation is that the commission find that the Redwood Coast Medical Services helipad is consistent with the airport comprehensive land use plan and approve this use permit. And the staff planner is here to give a more complete presentation or answer questions.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Susan Summerford, Staff Planner. And as my colleague Keith has elucidated, this is an existing helipad in Wallala, and it is pertinent to the also existing Redwood Coast Medical Services Center. It serves as an emergency takeoff and lifting site for helicopters to transport patients who are in critical condition. This process is at the behest of Caltrans Aeronautics. It was brought to the attention of RCMS that they had to complete their permitting through the state, and there are a number of things that they are required to do by Caltrans in order to legalize essentially the helipad. And as you can see, this is the location here on the map, on the screen, and as you can see, and this is also in your packet, the required upgrades and changes to the site are, again, at the behest of Caltrans Aeronautics to ensure regulatory compliance with their standards of operation. Other than the small amount of grading that will be required in the cross-hatched section up here, there will be a couple removal of, I believe it's a total of 4 parking places here, and some other improvements here regarding the non-standard lighting and some wind socks, all of which, pictures of which are in your packet. In terms of compliance with the Airport Land Use Commission, your purview, and the document that guides your purview, we have noise issues that could potentially be impactful to the neighboring neighborhoods and the overall community of Wallala. There is the Fly Neighborly policy that's being implemented by RCMS with instructions for the flight crews to fly primarily on, I don't want to misspeak, and I've missed my spot here, east and southeast of Wallala, to avoid more of the residential areas and the places where people are appreciating the beach and things like that. The obstructions, as I mentioned before, are the ones that were highlighted by Caltrans Aeronautics that would need to be removed in as far as they are obstructions to allow for what they deem appropriate takeoff and landing safety issues there. They're pretty minor, like I said, a small amount of grading, a couple of parking places, and replacement of some lighting and wind socks, things like that. Nothing, I think, that would even trigger a building permit for us, but nonetheless are required. The airspace issues, the closest airport, as Mr. Bowers just indicated, is the Ocean Ridge Airport, which is outside of the approach and departure corridors. So they have operated since, I believe, 1983 without incident. So we continue to assume that that would be the case. No real effect for planned air traffic with or without the facility. So I'm available for any questions, but I think that the information that we have provided perhaps, hopefully is sufficient. I will bring up maybe this site plan as well so you can see a bit more of the information here. This is also in your packet, but there's, oh, I'm not pressing it correctly, pardon me. In the legend at the bottom, it details the things that are going to have to be upgraded or changed in order to bring the helipad into compliance.
So if I may, through the chair, Julia Acker-Krog, I would just like to add a little bit about the regulatory aspect here. So this helipad is coming to in front of this body for you to make a determination as to whether or not is it appropriate and consistent with the Mendocino County Airport Comprehensive Land Use Plan. The final action on the use permit will be taken by the Mendocino County Planning Commission.
What's the distance from the edge of the Ocean Ridge airport land use boundary to this site?
I think we'll have to look through our documents, but we'll look through that and get that for you.
Conspicuously absent from the report. While you guys are looking for that, perhaps matters from the public? Or
I'm sorry, could you restate your question?
which one? Ocean Ridge has a comprehensive land use plan around it. How close to the edge of that is this project?
Okay, thank you, I understand.
It's 3 miles as you drive.
From the airport or from the edge of the
And
land use zone?
If we could have the speaker please come up to the podium and state your name.
Hi, John H. Bauer, owner of Ocean Ridge Airport. It's about 3 miles as you drive a car. around and back and forth, but it's about 2 miles as a crow flies, as you pilots would know.
Yeah, I'm looking for the edge of the land use zone that surrounds your airport, not the actual airport
So
itself.
are you in B zone, B1?
That's the question is this in or out of?
Oh, it's well out of it.
Okay. Where's,
If I may, so if you, I don't know if you have your airport
Didn't bring my-
comprehensive land
didn't bring
use
my
plan
book,
in
sorry.
front of you, but I can walk around and show you this. So I have here the compatibility zone, and the parcel on which this helipad is located, if I use the scale here, it's not even within 2,000 feet of the D or the C zone related to the airport, and I'll just walk around to show each of you commissioners this.
thank you. Is there any other public comment on this? Thank you. I thought that was likely, but I. The front row is empty. It's right there for you.
Yeah, the nice thing about the front row is the first 2 seats are in the camera. And if you don't feel like you want to have your picture taken today, move over.
That ship sailed for all of us. I guess we're all
So,
on YouTube now.
John H. Bauer, again, owner of Ocean Ridge Airport. In light of some of the things that, we have done for the community, we donated a lot of property to the community, and the 10 acres that surrounds the helipad and stuff was set up for, my dad had hoped that it would be an elderly care facility. And right now we're in a lot of environmental issues again that it seems like constantly. I helped my dad build the helipad. It's a 60-foot diameter circle just east of RCMS, about 75 to 100 feet, kind of northeast. Of course, the Bishop Pines have been drilling everyone. They're coming up everywhere out there, including where it looks like they're going to have to do some trimming. But to go on, one of the things that happens there all the time is that South Coast Fire gets called out on an emergency call, and they go to, and this is a medical call, and they go to wherever, and they find that they need a helicopter evacuation of the patient. And if it's foggy, of course, they come to Ocean Ridge Airport. Whomever flies in, I think there's 4 or 5 CalStar different helicopter that come in and out. And if it's not foggy and it's convenient, or if there's a patient at RCMS, they're right there. And they can land there and take off. I don't have a charge for them. I charge a fixed wing tie-down fee, and that's it. They have not paid me a nickel in all these years. And I'm thinking that I'd like to do something, but I haven't been able to nail down the right person to see if we could get some additional help for the airport. Thank you.
Any comments about the suitability, John? Anything one way or the other about this particular project?
It's necessary.
Okay.
And if I may, Susan Summerford, staff planner, because of our overlapping meetings, there was a representative here from REACH and CalStar, but he was not able to stay. He left me his card, and he said that he wanted to speak in complete support of the project and its vital life services that it provides.
Anything else from the public at this time, or the applicant? Applicant's representative?
Here to answer questions.
Good afternoon. Deborah Lane from the RCMS Corporate Compliance and Safety Officer. RCMS is designated as a triage stabilization unit. It's one of the few in the state, if not the only one in the state right now. And it's imperative that we have this landing zone and permitted by the state. So hopefully we will pass all these hurdles. We're at the tail stretch, and we appreciate any support that you can give us. So thank you. We see about we have 20,000 visits per year. We see about 4,500 patients a year. It's roughly about half of the population out there. So it's critical that our CMS stay out there, and because of our urgent care services and the helipad, it's essential that we have it. So thank you.
Have the helicopter utilization of the facility been pretty flat over the recent years? Has there been a net increase over time, or are we pretty much?
When we first started this 3 years ago, it averaged about 3.5 to, say, 6 landings a month. Certainly because abalone season's not out there, and it's a little, we don't have as many tourists as we used to. It is also open for visitors that come to urgent care and for anyone regardless of their ability to pay. So we have seen a slight increase. Certainly as we develop out there, or there's more and more reasons for people to go out for vacation, then we expect it to increase. We're not the only ones that use it. CLSD uses it also, and fire chiefs use it. So our CMS isn't the only one that uses, but it's very convenient because it's right up the hill, right outside the door from our urgent care. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anything from the commission?
I'd like to make a motion that we find that the helipad at our CMS is consistent with the Mendocino County Airport Commission's comprehensive land use plan.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
No, I think my only thing I would say, I'm happy to see the improvements, and I'm happy to see the certification process get finalized, because it does really serve another coastal venue of quick access for safety and getting people to primary care places.
Appreciate the effort of making it an actual helipad, improving the safety margins, and I laud you guys for the effort.
Literally.
Call for the question.
Commissioner Wiedemann?
Yes.
Commissioner Beckler?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobson?
Yes.
Chair Crane?
Aye. Good luck.
Thank you all very much.
Matters from the staff.
We have none at this time, but we're certainly available for questions.
Matters from the commission. Approval of the minutes. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve August 15th,
Yes.
2019.
Do we hear a second?
I so move.
Roll call.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the second? Commissioner Silverbank?
Yes.
Commissioner Wiedemann? Yes. Commissioner Beckler?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobson? Yes. Chair Crane?
Aye. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Very fast.
We aim to please.